Nation. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, a prominent attorney attacking the performance of a major investor here on Grand Bahama, saying the Hong Kong-based company can do more to promote its investments here on the island. The attorney was addressing a meeting at the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce luncheon today. Megan Shepard was there.
Attorney Kerry Leonard says that Hutchinson Whampoa is one of the most influential investors on Grand Bahama and the third most powerful entity, only behind the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. He says that the company owns about 50% or more of the various subsidiaries that own and operate businesses on Grand Bahama. He claims that everyone on the island ultimately reports to the president in Hong Kong.
Hutchinson Whampoa must take responsibility for much of the unemployment and hardship currently experienced by Grand Bahamians. Hutchinson Whampoa's Hong Kong management must take responsibility, as they are the ones who make the decisions 9,000 miles away. Nothing gets done here without Hutchinson Whampoa's Hong Kong management's approval.
Attorney Leonard says that the company has been operating on Grand Bahama since 1995, but questions what value they have added to the island. He says they have fallen short on what they can and should deliver to Grand Bahama in terms of management and quality of their operations.
Hutchinson Whampoa failed to properly market our Lucaia. This has had a knock-on effect on the number of passengers passing through the airport. Unlike Bahamas Princess, who supported Lake of Bahamas Airways, which brought, I believe, up to 400,000 tourists to our island each year, Hutchinson Whampoa has sat back and done nothing. Bahamas Princess supported not only 1,100 employees, almost the same number as Hutchinson's, but its guests also supported the International Bazaar, and thus the businesses and all those employed in those businesses. So what is Hutchinson doing to fill the Our Lucaia complex?
Leonard claims that the company also missed out on an opportunity to make Grand Bahama a world-class golfing destination. He says because the company is based in Asia, they should have taken advantage of the large tourism market available.
Now, we all know that golfers have money and they're consistently gambling. They bet on their golf matches, then they go to the 19th hole where they play cards and backgammon. They also like to dine well. In other words, they are some of the best visitors that Grand Bahama could want. They would be here 5 nights times 300 equals 1,500 room nights per week and 300 additional rounds of golf per golf course. And that also includes green fees, golf carts, caddies, etc. They were doing it in South Africa. Why not in Grand Bahama? Hutchinson Whampoa could have and should have made Grand Bahama a golfing destination.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Well, we contacted Hutchinson's office, but no one was available for comment. By the end of next month, developers of the $6.3 billion project proposed for East Grand Bahama are hoping to get approval from the government. Former MP Kenneth Russell says he and the Kylan Group have been working feverishly to secure final documents to present to the government. The project includes 8 hotels, a casino, and cruise ship terminal in the east and will be completed in roughly 3 to 5 years.
We always saw light at the end of the tunnel. The tunnel to us is just a straight line. It's a pretty long tunnel, but we can see later than it always could have. It's just that there was a lot of factors that we didn't believe would have been factors that came up to be factors. And but we have confidence that the things that the government needs will be presented, and that we will get approval in principle, and we will move forward from there.
From there, once approved, Russell says this will mean a brand new life for East Grand Bahama and the Bahamas at large.
We're talking about quite a number of persons that's going to be having to facilitate this whole thing. So in order to do that, we'll be tapping the whole of the Bahamas, so having a positive impact from where I stand on the entire country and causing a drastic reduction in the unemployment throughout the whole country, and giving people, especially young people, an opportunity to plan their lives going forward.
In other news, a local businessman is calling for something to be done to prevent illegal dumping at the International Bazaar. Charisma Robinson visited the site today and she filed this report.
A mountain of trash and debris was the view today from Big Brother's restaurant and sports bar in the International Bazaar.
This is a public area. Anybody can drive by, anybody can look at it. This is garbage. This is unhealthy. It's not decent. It's not proper. And we have a motto to live by in the Bahamas. So someone needs to take charge and get this mess cleaned up.
Owner David Strawn says it's been that way for over a week now. He and employee Velma McIntosh are fed up with the mound of trash that keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It is a health hazard to the business and to the local community where people come in to enjoy. Me as one of the owners and other people around complaining about the smell, and then we have food to serve the people, and now we have a lot of tourists walking through and they seeing the debris.
For every person that opened a shop in the bazaar, it says to the Bahamas and to Grand Bahama, we are not going to let the bazaar die. This has to be fixed.
Strawn says in recent weeks, people have been using this area as a dump site. He's appealing to the authorities to step in.
The sanitation service been here before and cleaned the compactor. I gave them a call this morning. They were concerned that the power is off on the compactor, so nothing they could do about it. But I told them about outside of the compactor, a lot of people using it as a dump site. They said nothing they could do about that. They have to contact Bazaar Association about it.
To make matters even worse, the restaurant will be hosting a reception this weekend. Strawn hopes that the matter can be resolved before then. Meantime, City Manager for the Port Authority, Troy McIntosh, says illegal dumping around the compactor has been an ongoing issue at the bazaar. He says the compactor was initially placed there due to large volumes at the time. However, since that's no longer the case, McIntosh says he will speak to store operators, as the only solution now is to remove the compactor and provide a bin that they can only have access to. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Charisma. Switching gears now, 5 suspects arraigned over in Abaco on illegal landing charges. 4 Dominicans and 1 Haitian were charged before Magistrate Ansela Evans on the charge of illegal landing. The 5 pleaded guilty and were each fined $300 or 3 months behind bars. The fines were paid and the illegal migrants were handed over to the Immigration Department for deportation and are expected to be taken to New Providence to begin the repatriation process. Now, the migrants were arrested at the Sandy Point Airport on Sunday evening after they disembarked an aircraft. Police say the pilot of that aircraft, 30-year-old Owen George Johnson, escaped in nearby bushes, and an all-points bulletin was issued for his arrest yesterday. Police now say Johnson turned himself into the Marsh Harbor Police Station around 12:15 this afternoon. And also from Abaco, police are on the hunt for a 23-year-old man who is wanted for grievous harm. Police are requesting help from the public in locating the suspect. Police are still looking for 23-year-old Wendell Soliver. Officials say the 23-year-old is about 5 feet 9 inches tall with short hair, medium build, and dark complexion. Soliver is wanted by police for questioning in connection with a recent grievous harm matter.
It's an incident which occurred here in the Sandbank area just to the north Abaco, where a gentleman in that case was injured. And so we are looking for him with regards to that. Also, he failed to live up to the commitments of his bail agreement, and so we have an interest in him.
It was just 2 weeks ago when police issued an all-points bulletin for the suspect, who is known to frequent Abaco and Grand Bahama.
He's a person of concern for us, and so we continue to appeal to members of the public. If you see him, do not approach him, but inform us so we can take him off the streets. He is a person of very great concern to all of us here in the Abaco Division. He really is from Grand Bahama, but he has spent a number of years here in Abaco also. So between the two places, he has spent a number of years.
If you know the whereabouts of Wendell Soliver, police are asking you to contact them in Abaco at 367-2560 or 367-3437, in Grand Bahama at 350-3107 or 8-911 or 919. Officials give this warning to persons who may be hiding the wanted suspect.
It is a serious offense for those persons who harbor criminals here throughout the islands. It is a serious offense, and if you're found with criminals on your premises or have information that they are wanted and refuse to turn them in, then you also are of great concern to us, and it is an offense.
Bahamas tonight, the Northern Edition continues right after this.